Hello, my name is Cynthia and I'm 31 years old. I've transitioned to working from home and am currently freelancing in marketing and online operations. This shift occurred after I discovered I was pregnant, which led me to step away from my corporate consulting role at a large firm. Freelancing has not only been financially rewarding, but has also provided the flexibility I needed during my pregnancy and after the birth of our daughter, Donna. Previously, I worked in an office setting, but now, working from home allows me to balance my professional responsibilities with raising our daughter. Despite this, my husband Vincent doesn't fully understand the professional nature of my work, often seeing it more as a hobby. After Donna was born, I initially planned to spend 5 months at my parents' home for support during the postpartum period. However, Vincent wanted us to return to our apartment sooner, so we compromised, and I cut my stay to 1 month. Managing both work and childcare has been smooth since then, without any financial strain. One significant change occurred when my mother-in-law, Maria, suggested that we live closer together. Given that we've always maintained a good relationship with Vincent's parents, the idea of sharing a space wasn't entirely off-putting. To ensure we all had enough personal space and to prevent potential familial tensions, I proposed building a duplex. They were thrilled with this plan. I took charge of finding a construction company and managing the building project. Our new duplex, completed in about 5 months from when we first discussed the idea, includes shared spaces like a common entrance while ensuring private living areas. The second floor, where we reside, features a cozy kitchen and living area, all within our financial means. Upon completion, my in-laws were delighted with their new home, which brought us all closer while respecting our independence. Their happiness initially seemed like a sign of good things to come. Maria, my mother-in-law, enthusiastically offered to take care of our daughter, Donna, which I thought would be a great help as I juggled my work commitments. Unfortunately, this arrangement quickly soured once we began living together. Maria started to impose additional household chores on me, even during my designated work hours. She would often barge into my office without any regard for my schedule, demanding, "I'm hungry, make me something right now," or "Hurry up and do the laundry, there's dust everywhere." She would even try to guilt-trip me by saying, "If you don't clean, my allergies will act up," and would complain about Donna's cries, insisting, "She's noisy, do something about it." These constant interruptions made it nearly impossible for me to concentrate on my work, and I often found myself working late into the night, struggling to balance my professional duties with caring for Donna, which took a toll on both my mental and physical health. When I confided in Vincent about Maria's behavior, he was unsupportive, dismissing my concerns with remarks like, "You're the wife, you should naturally obey." His dismissiveness only escalated with each complaint I raised. Even when I asserted I'm not just playing on my computer, I'm working seriously, he refused to believe me. David, my father-in-law, seemed to echo Vincent and Maria's beliefs that working from home wasn't a serious job, often remarking that it seemed more like a hobby and showing little faith in the legitimacy of my work. This constant skepticism began to erode my confidence, leaving me fearful that I was becoming worthless and might eventually be abandoned due to my perceived inadequacies. Then, one day when Vincent was off from work and everyone was at home, I was working with Donna beside me when Vincent suddenly burst into the room. He made a loud noise and demanded, "Come to my parents' room right now," completely disregarding that Donna was present, and started crying because of the disturbance. It seemed deliberate. He must have known Donna was there. Frustrated by Vincent's and my in-laws' lack of consideration for my work, I comforted Donna and reluctantly headed downstairs, entering the living room with a heavy heart. I entered the living room to find my in-laws and Vincent deep in an animated discussion. A sense of irritation began to build within me, but I kept my composure. Holding Donna in my arms, I asked calmly, "What's going on?" They briefly paused their whispering, which had been making me feel increasingly uneasy, but soon resumed without acknowledging my question. Finally, Maria cleared her throat with a dramatic flair and fixed me with a stern gaze. "You need to leave this house," she declared sharply. I was completely taken aback by her blunt statement. Was she suggesting I should return to my parents' house temporarily? Confused and seeking clarification, I managed to steady my voice and asked, "What do you mean?" "It means exactly what I said," Maria sneered, folding her arms defiantly. I glanced over at Vincent, hoping for some sort of explanation, but he just smiled placidly, leaving me bewildered. Am I missing something here? Or is this just absurd? I thought to myself. Determined to get to the bottom of this, I took a deep breath and asked Maria to explain her statement further. Her eyes lit up with a vindictive satisfaction as she began her tirade, her smile echoing Vincent's unsettling calmness. Every day you neglect the housework, let Donna cry endlessly, and just waste your time playing on your computer and phone. I don't know if you're solely relying on Vincent's salary, but you never heed the advice, acting like a parasite, she continued, her laughter echoing through the room as if she found the entire situation amusing. Taken aback yet again, but striving to maintain composure, I replied, "I'm sorry if the housework isn't meeting your standards," trying to keep the peace while grappling with the unfair accusations and the stress of the confrontation. Despite Maria's harsh accusations, I defended myself by focusing on the essentials. I take care of the essentials, and Donna is well looked after. She's a calm child. My words were an attempt to clarify the situation as I tried to explain the necessity of my computer and phone. "I'm working. Isn't that understandable?" I asked, hoping for some empathy. Vincent's reaction was unexpectedly severe as he fixed me with a harsh glare. "Are you cheating or something?" he accused sharply. I was stunned by his baseless accusation. Before I could process his words, Maria added fuel to the fire, chiming in with a disgusted glance. Yes, Cynthia is cheating. Shocked by their coordinated attack, I protested vehemently. "I'm not cheating. I can show you my phone right now." I reached for my mobile, eager to prove my innocence, but Vincent dismissed it with a scoff. "Anyone can manipulate that. You can't be trusted." Realizing that arguing further was futile, I reluctantly put away my phone. Maria's voice rose again, filled with disdain. "We don't need someone like you here. Parasites should leave immediately," she continued, her words cutting deep. "Get out quickly," she demanded. The thought of leaving with my daughter seemed like the only viable option, yet a critical reason held me back. I had financed the duplex house, attended countless meetings with the construction company, and meticulously overseen its design. I couldn't simply agree to leave so easily. Besides, the mortgage was still in my name, and I doubted Vincent's salary alone could cover our living expenses. "If I leave, my income goes too. Can you manage that?" I challenged them, hoping to provoke some reconsideration. Vincent scoffed dismissively. "What income? Don't be ridiculous. We've been living off my salary all this time." His cluelessness almost evoked pity from me. I sighed deeply and turned to Maria. "Dealing with Vincent is like handling a 7-month-old baby. Are you up for the task? He's demanding, needs his towels, underwear, and pajamas laid out after his bath, shoes polished daily, shirts impeccably ironed, suits and crease-free. If his morning coffee isn't perfect, he goes off like a volcano." I doubted Maria could manage Vincent's high-maintenance requirements. "I'm offering you a chance," I said, giving her an opportunity to reconsider, implying that my presence and contributions were more beneficial than she realized. Maria scoffed dismissively at my attempt to assert my contributions. "You're just playing around," she said. Her next words carried a smug tone that unsettled me deeply. "Besides, if you leave, he already has someone else in mind," she added, revealing something that shocked me. "Who? What does that mean?" I asked, not missing a beat as I turned my gaze squarely on Vincent. Maria looked regretful for a moment and glanced away. Vincent shot her a stern look and whispered sharply, "Why did you say that? Explain yourself." Their reactions hinted at something unimaginable, that Vincent might indeed have another woman. I fixed a piercing gaze on Vincent, silently demanding an explanation. Uncomfortably, he began to speak. Apparently, for a few months now, I've been seeing a woman named Amy, Vincent admitted in a low voice. She's in her early 20s and was smitten with me from the start during a business encounter. After she made her feelings clear, we started dating. Amy is beautiful, poised, and has a great personality, he added with a laugh that seemed out of place. I found it hard to believe considering Vincent's usual demeanor. I couldn't imagine such a young woman being genuinely interested in him. Half skeptical, I asked Vincent for proof, thinking, if this is true, I need to secure some kind of evidence for compensation. Vincent showed me his WhatsApp conversation with Amy. As I suspected, most of the messages were from Vincent, suggesting dates and paying compliments. However, Amy appeared uninterested in anything beyond professional matters, responding with polite but brief messages. There were no emojis or informal language, just straightforward replies. Taken aback by Vincent's smug expression, I struggled to find the right words. Quietly, I captured screenshots of the conversation, transferring them to my phone and saving them just in case they might serve as evidence later. Then I'll leave, I stated firmly after everything that had unfolded. Any warmth I had felt toward Vincent had evaporated, and I no longer cared about their reactions. I'm taking Donna with me, I declared, observing Vincent and my parents-in-law. They seemed pleased by my decision to depart. Vincent's demeanor shifted abruptly, his hands dropping to his sides. What are you talking about? You can't raise Donna without any income, he blurted out, revealing his true concerns. He objected sternly. Leave Donna here, don't be irrational. My parents-in-law chimed in, failing to grasp why I insisted on taking her with me. As far as I'm concerned, I see no reason to leave my daughter in this environment, I argued firmly. I have my income, and I cannot entrust her to people who may not care for her adequately. As Donna grows up, she'll work hard, and I'll be there to support her every step of the way, I continued, trying to reason with them. Vincent interrupted with nonsensical remarks as I spoke, which only added to my frustration. Why would I leave Donna? What kind of father does he think he is? My anger surged, fueled by Vincent's self-centered remarks and his obliviousness to the consequences of his actions, treating our daughter like just another asset. Fine then, let's settle custody in court. Get a lawyer ready. In the meantime, I'll take care of her, I declared. I knew arguing here would only escalate tensions further with Vincent and my in-laws. Confident in my decision, I resolved to proceed with legal action without hesitation. Once they reluctantly agreed, I wasted no time making preparations to leave. Over the next few days, I remained steadfast by my daughter's side, making necessary arrangements. I reached out to the construction company that had built our house, explaining my situation in detail. I inquired about reputable real estate agents to help sell the property. Scott, the company president, swiftly aligned with me, ensuring they would manage everything. True to his word, they arranged a quick and lucrative sale. The house fetched a higher price than anticipated, thanks to its recent construction, impeccable condition, and prime location. Simultaneously, they secured a suitable apartment for my daughter and me, mindful of my budget constraints but offering a great place at an affordable rate. I expressed my heartfelt gratitude and wasted no time in preparing for our move. As I packed dishes in the living room, Maria asked with a hint of amusement, "Oh, have you already found a place?" Her tone was laced with surprise, perhaps not expecting me to act so decisively. "Yes," I replied curtly, seeing no reason to elaborate further. Maria commented casually, "It'll be quiet without you around." Then, with a chuckle, she added somewhat mockingly, "Well, the one thing I'm grateful for is that you gave birth to Donna," before walking away. Despite her unpleasant demeanor, I was focused on the task ahead. Assessing the apartment, I noted that the sofa and dining table I had purchased were too large for the new space. This prompted me to decide to sell them. The refrigerator, though slightly oversized, I chose to take with me, marking it with a sticker. I labeled all the furniture and appliances I wanted to keep and snapped photos of the items I planned to part with using my mobile phone. On the day of the move, I deliberately chose a time when Vincent and my parents-in-law would be absent. Vincent was at work, and the in-laws had been called away to a community event. Armed with the divorce papers Vincent had given me, I coordinated with the movers to relocate my belongings. I also arranged for the construction company to handle waste removal for the furniture items I didn't plan to take with me. The move progressed smoothly, and within 3 hours, everything was done. A few hours later, I left the house with Donna and began settling into our new apartment. While organizing things, the phone rang. It was Maria. It was already 6 o'clock in the evening, and I had left before noon, so it seemed she had just realized what had happened. I answered the call cautiously. "Cynthia, why is the house empty?" Maria's voice came through, flustered and loud over the phone. "Those things were mine. I got rid of what I didn't need," I responded. Her confusion is apparent, she protested. "Well, I bought them myself. I have receipts and other proofs of purchase, so there's no need for complaints," I stated with a laugh, turning her logic against her. Maria seemed speechless, responding with nonsensical protests. Then, feeling a mix of relief and mischief, I added cheerfully, "Oh, and I sold the house, so please vacate within a month?" She sounded even more surprised. "Why would you do that?" "The house is in my name since I oversaw its construction and have been paying the mortgage," I replied confidently. Maria tried to argue, but her protests fell on deaf ears. I had taken control of my life and was ready to start fresh, free from unnecessary drama and disrespect. After ending the call with Maria, I was bombarded with numerous calls from my in-laws and Vincent. I chose to ignore them all, focusing entirely on making our new apartment a comfortable haven for Donna. To eliminate any distractions and ensure proper handling of future communications, I sought legal advice, directing all correspondence through my lawyer. As the months passed, they were filled with persistent negotiations. Ultimately, I successfully secured custody of Donna. The decision was clear-cut. I had substantial financial stability, had been Donna's primary caregiver, and my work-from-home setup allowed me to provide her with ample time and care. Vincent, who had assumed he would automatically gain custody, was stunned by the outcome. His bitter reaction, "I never needed that girl anyway," as he stormed off, only confirmed that I had made the right decision. A sense of tranquility washed over me, allowing me to finally enjoy a peaceful life with my daughter. However, there was still the matter of Vincent and my in-laws vacating the house. They had yet to leave, and uncertain of my next steps, I received a timely call from the president of the construction company. With resolve, I stated, "Please evict them." The president chuckled heartily, assuring me, "Consider it done," before ending the call. I'm not sure how he managed to persuade Vincent and my parents-in-law to leave, but it must have been quite a feat. A few days later, I received word that they had moved out. The efficiency of this action brought a deep sense of relief to my heart. Several months after the divorce, Vincent reached out to me. The divorce was finalized and my in-laws had mostly backed off, so I hadn't blocked his number yet, something I immediately regretted not doing. "Ah, it's been a while. I was just thinking maybe you were starting to miss me," he said. What was he even talking about? Hearing his voice didn't bring back feelings of nostalgia. Instead, it reaffirmed the sense of liberation I felt since leaving that turbulent chapter behind. Ever since the divorce, life has been more peaceful than ever. No longer having to deal with Vincent's drama, I felt freer. Yet, when Vincent called, it was evident he hadn't moved on. Apparently, he had been rejected by Amy, the woman he left me for. He recounted how, after our divorce, he told Amy they could be together, but she coldly rebuffed him. His misinterpretation of her professional kindness as personal interest led to an embarrassing situation where he even showed up at her house, which resulted in a restraining order against him. Vincent tried to spin the story, claiming he ended things with Amy, but I was wholly uninterested in his narrative. Mid-conversation, I hung up on him and took immediate steps to cut him off completely. I blocked his number and later on changed my phone number entirely to ensure a fresh start. From mutual friends, I learned more about Vincent's downhill slide. After the debacle with Amy, he faced numerous issues at work, struggled with client relationships, and eventually resigned. Facing financial difficulties, he frequently asked people for loans. My parents-in-law may be helping him out, but given his modest income, I doubt he's managing a stable life. As for me, life with Donna is full of joy and fulfillment. We are completely focused on our present, which brings me immense happiness. The distance from past troubles has allowed us to embrace a serene and satisfying life together.